Good morning, beloved. It's Founder again. I'm just here on this beautiful Wednesday morning, here to say good morning to you and to share with you once more Jesus Christ. Once again, woke up this morning in the land of the living with my mind stayed on Him, ready to continue my stand to defend the message and the content and the values of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. He's Lord, children. He's Lord of all. And one sweet day, every knee is going to bow and every tongue confess that He is Lord. He's Lord of all. Now, beloved, I wanted to stop by as promised and just share with you a message. I'm here once again at the beautiful University of Maryland. I'm actually in the McKeldin Library right now. Was working on a few things for you and putting together some things. Once again, fresh-faced and curly hair. Didn't put on my makeup again, but wanted to go ahead and get a message out for you, as promised, on the supernatural. Beloved, the thought occurred to me the other day that I wanted to share with you that sometimes understanding the quintessential essence of Christianity as a supernatural practice, a supernatural discipline, a supernatural lifestyle is something that for many of us is very difficult to understand, and it is not something that we really put in context as far as our practice of Christianity. So let me get right into what I want to say in this regard. And give you just a little bit of background before I move into the actual premise of the discussion. Christianity, of course, began with the advent of Jesus Christ. And of course, God has always been. He was there. He's still there. He's going to be there. He's an eternal being. So the practice of, if you will, religion or adherence to tenets or principles of God is something that was in place long before Jesus came, long before the Jews received the law. It's always been there. His principles are immutable. They're non-changing. They're consistent from dispensation to dispensation, and they're always going to be there. They're always going to remain. So the quintessential essence of being on planet Earth under God has always been a supernatural endeavor. And what does that mean exactly? It means that if we are going to be viewing life in the natural only, if we're always going to be viewing life as looking at what we can see, looking at what is proven, looking at what we have experienced, then, beloved, we're going to be missing out on the quintessential nature of our Christianity that we profess, which is that it is a supernatural discipline. When we say prayers, when God created the earth, when He made Adam and Eve, when He created marriage with the two of them, when He created the entire universe, that was a supernatural act. When Adam fell because he did not obey God and he got into sin, and because he is the founder of, he is the father of humankind, his sin has affected us as well. So his fall, then, beloved, was of a supernatural nature, because it not only affected him and his family, but it affected the entire lineage of mankind that came after him. Okay, so you have the initial creation, which is supernatural. You have Adam's fall, which is supernatural. Then next, in terms of putting in context of this discussion, you have the advent of Jesus Christ. Once again, a supernatural event. Jesus was born of a virgin. He was conceived by the Holy Spirit, and he came into being as a completely sinless human, but fully God as well. So he was a supernatural being coming to the earth in a human body in order to comply with the dictates of what's required to be able to subsist in this world with the atmosphere that God has chosen to give us here, and what it takes for a body to be able to exist on planet Earth is what Jesus came with when he came in his complete deity into the earth to do the work that the Father had called him for. So the birth of Jesus was supernatural, and then you have the entire ministry, all of the miracles and different things that he did during his ministry, supernatural. You have all of the healings that he created, all of the different resources and provisions that he provided for people. And as the book of John says, there were so many acts that they could not have even been recorded in the Bible of all of the supernatural things that Jesus did. All right, so again, we have a supernatural realm that God is operating in, and that is consistent with Jesus and his birth and his ministry. And then you have his crucifixion, which was also a supernatural act when you consider the fact that his bones were not broken, and there were different things that were typical of a crucifixion that typically took place in order to create the death that came from this method of basically execution. Okay, these things were not done in Jesus's case. His body was kept fully preserved. And so then you have the next supernatural act, which is him being raised from the dead and coming back to life as he said he would do. So we have a supernatural consistency throughout of the acts of God, the key acts of God that are still affecting us today. Finally, with Jesus' sojourn on earth came to an end when he ascended into the heavens, where he now continues to sit on the right hand of the Father. He's praying for the saints. It tells us in Romans 8, day and night, that we would be able to be his disciples and carry out the good works that he has prepared for us to do before the foundation of the earth. So all of this is in the supernatural realm. Jesus died, and he died a horrible death. And the purpose of his death was to atone for that Adamic fall, to atone for that sin that Adam got caught up in, and Eve as well, that led to the entire family of man being dragged down to the existence where no longer are we in the Garden of Eden and having to just rely on God to provide, and just there in a state of euphoria and nirvana, but now we're forced to go by the sweat of our brow. Women have pain in childbirth, and there's great enmity between men and women on earth. These are the curses that we took on as a result of our father Adam and the fall that he experienced.